Hello everybody, I hope that you have a nice weekend. This is the Bitcoin Sunday update. Now it's on Twitter and also on YouTube. So we're here to analyze next week. I think it's going to be a very complex week because we have a ton of data coming in and also earning reports. We have on Tuesday Alphabet and Microsoft. On Wednesday we have Meta and on Thursday we have Amazon. So if any of those companies have very bad or very good earning reports, that can influence the S&P and therefore it will influence Bitcoin. But right now we are here in Bitcoin in the daily time frame, and to me this is the most important thing that I can see in the chart at the moment, and is that we are at the moment above the daily 50 EMA, which should be a very strong support. But if it breaks below, like it happened here, you can see it happened here, here, if it happens again, then we're gonna go lower, and we should be testing this zone because it's the zone where there was two previous sell-offs, one here and one here, and it hasn't been tested as support yet. So again, break below the 50 MA and we go to 25,200. It's that simple. If we go through the news announcements for the next week, we have on Monday nothing really going on, but from Tuesday the party starts. We have on Tuesday consumer confidence. This is basically how the consumer feels about the economy, their job, their spendings, about the economy in the next few months. If you notice, the previous data it was 104.2, and the forecast for this data is going to be 104.1. That's basically not different, and that's a problem for the Fed, because we've been seeing how the consumers are getting used to high interest rates and their spending is not stopping. They keep spending money, which fuels inflation. So that's going to be a problem for the Fed. Then we also have the new home sales data. This is also very important data to see if the economy is slowing down or not. At the moment, the forecast is going to be that 10,000 less homes have been sold in the previous month, which is pretty good. We would like to see also this number going down to see that the people cannot really buy houses, which is quite sad. But that's what the Fed wants. They want to slow down the economy. On Wednesday, nothing really going on. Thursday, we also have a lot of data. We have the advanced GDP. That's basically how the economy has been growing. The economy is still growing. You can see that the forecast is at 2%. This, by the way, measures quarter. So this is measuring the first quarter of the year. So it's basically telling us that the previous data, this is then the last quarter of 2022. The economy grew at 2.6%, and now they're forecasting that the economy has only grown 2% this year, which is obviously less than the previous data, but this is still quite high. Nevertheless, we are seeing how the economy is slowing down a bit. And then on Thursday, we also have the unemployment claims. This is how many people have lost their jobs and are claiming for benefits. Okay? Sadly, the Fed wants this number to go up, which is basically to cool down the labor market, and is forecasting that 4,000 more Americans are asking for unemployment claim benefits. And then on Friday, we have the PCE, which is the preferred measure of inflation for the Fed, and they are forecasting a 0.3% inflation rise. Basically, you don't want to see this number going higher. So if it comes higher than 0.3%, that's bad news. If it comes lower, that's good news. Going back to the charts, I've been talking about the dollar index all the week because it might be forming two patterns. Okay, here there are two scenarios. A W pattern, which would mean that the dollar is going to go up and Bitcoin, because Bitcoin trades against the dollar index, would go down and then probably reach the 25,000 zone, or this might be just a retrace before continuation. Okay, so that would look kind of like this. Push down, retrace, continuation. If that happens, then Bitcoin should bounce from the 50 daily EMA, and then we would see higher prices. But the truth is that the dollar index looks okay for now because it hasn't broken its previous low, this one. What it did here was sweeping the lows, which usually is a deviation and it means that it's going to go higher, but let's see how it develops. If it comes lower and breaks this low, then yes, we want to expect the DXY going lower and then Bitcoin going up. But for now, it hasn't broken the previous low. So I can't be bearish for the DXY at the moment. Let's have a look at the liquidation heatmap in high block. What I can see here is that the nearest liquidity area is at 27,000 and 26,900. That together is around $35 billion. So of course, Bitcoin might come here at the start of the week. Okay. Then if we go to the 3 months time frame, let's go there quickly. We can see that there is a lot more liquidity to the downside. That's the truth. 22,000 is a very interesting zone, but of course I'm not going to be calling for that level yet, because we first have this very strong zone that is the 25,000. So first, let's see if Bitcoin can break below the 50 daily EMA. If it does, then the target will be 25,400. And of course, if it breaks below that area, the next zone is 22,000. And what is very interesting is that if we go to the 6 months time frame, this is my favorite time frame for the liquidation heatmap, because if you notice here, look, let me do this. If we notice here, it was showing a lot of liquidations here, boom, price was there, liquidations here, price goes there, then there are forming some liquidations here, price goes down, some liquidations here, price goes up, again here, and now it's showing a lot of liquidity at the 22,500. But again, we still have to see how the price reacts to the 25,200. So going back to Bitcoin, tell me why we couldn't see something like this. This is obviously a scenario that I'm going to keep an eye on. Look at this potential W pattern, okay? First leg down, retrace, second leg down, and I would say that it should sweep the lows and maybe go to 27,000 or 26,900 to hit all those liquidations. This would be Monday's false move if it happens, and then the rest of the week until at least Wednesday evening or Thursday, price could come higher. Okay, so this is one of the scenarios that I'm going to pay attention to. But of course, the only way I'm going to trade this, I'm not going to place a long order in this zone, because that would mean that in the daily time frame we would be below the 50 EMA. So the only way to play this is if we see a sweep of the lows of 27,000, 26,900, and then in that same day, price bounces and we close the candle above the 50 EMA that is currently at 27,270. If that happens, then on Tuesday, I'll be looking for longs until Wednesday New York session or Thursday New York session, because that's usually when we see a reversal. And this is what trading is about. Trading is about making plans and then execute them. Not plan, not execution. Because if you execute something with no plan, then the most likely is that you're going to have a bad trade. So I think we have a very complicated week ahead. The previous Sunday I said that we were going to have a very good week ahead, and we did. Price action has been absolutely phenomenal. I've made this week a lot of profit, to be honest, and I'm very happy about it. But I think next week is gonna balance out, and I'm probably not gonna be able to take that many trades. But let's see how it develops. Okay, when there is a lot of news announcements, we also have the FOMC interest rate decision in 10 days, so markets should be getting a tiny bit more complex and more tricksy. There is no financial advice, but in my case, I'm gonna be very careful with my risk management, my stop losses. I think it's gonna be quite a choppy week, to be honest with you. So that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon.